face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Welcome to POA News with Gamachisa Mandida, bringing you the latest updates from Africa. Stay informed on the key developments shaping our continent. First, Morocco. Morocco plans to increase its 2026 budget for health and education to 140 billion dirhams, equivalent to $15 billion, a 16% rise from last year, according to the Royal Palace. These sectors will account for about 10% of the country's GDP, reflecting Morocco's focus on investing in human capital. With projected economic growth of 4.8% in 2025, up from 3.8% in 2024, driven by strong domestic demand and diverse sectors outside agriculture, Morocco demonstrates resilience and regional leadership potential. The draft budget also prioritizes reducing regional disparities, a vital step for inclusive development across Africa. Furthermore, reforms approved by the Ministerial Council, led by King Mohammed VI, aim to improve governance, promote youth and women's political participation, and strengthen anti-corruption measures, such as banning convicted individuals from running and providing financial support for young candidates. These initiatives could serve as a model for other African nations seeking to foster democratic participation, transparency, and social progress. South Africa has introduced a new energy strategy that revitalizes its modular nuclear reactor initiative and expands natural gas use to enhance long-term power security. The revised integrated resource plan approved by Cabinet outlines 2.23 trillion rand, equivalent to $128 billion, investment in energy and infrastructure through 2042. The plan aims for nuclear and gas to comprise 16% of power generation within 14 years, up from 3%, while coal's share decreases to 27% from 58%. Energy Minister Cosento Ramokopa describes this as the country's largest post-apartheid investment program, essential for achieving a stable, cleaner energy supply. The revival of the modular pebble bed nuclear project, halted in 2010 after nearly $1 billion spent, signaled South Africa's shift from coal dependence. For Africa, this demonstrates a strategic move towards diversifying energy sources, balancing industrial growth with substantiality, and reducing reliance on fossil fuels, key steps for regional energy independence and climate resilience. Moving to Rwanda and Senegal, Rwanda and Senegal have signed 5 bilateral agreements to enhance cooperation across sectors such as agriculture, health and governance. The agreements were signed in Kigali during Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye's 3-day state visit, with both President Paul Kagame and President Faye witnessing the signing after high-level talks. These accords include visa exemptions for diplomatic, service and ordinary passport holders, alongside collaborations in correctional services and Rwanda's Vision 2050 development plans. President Kagame emphasized that both nations share a unified vision for Africa's future, emphasizing youth empowerment, innovation, stability, and inclusive growth. He highlighted that Rwanda and Senegal are driven by shared values of accountability, self-reliance, and people-centered development. For Africa, this signifies the importance of strengthening regional partnerships, fostering cooperation in critical sectors, and promoting shared values to accelerate sustainable development and stability across the continent. WHO, the World Health Organization, indicates that the Democratic Republic of the Congo may officially declare the end of its latest Ebola outbreak as early as December, provided no new cases emerge. This potential milestone follows the discharge of the last Ebola patient from treatment, initiating a 42-day countdown to declare victory over the outbreak. Since the outbreak began on September 4 in Bulape, Kasai province, there have been 64 cases, 53 confirmed and 11 probable, with 19 recoveries and no new infections since September 25. WHO Africa Regional Director Mohamed Janabi commended the swift response, describing it as a remarkable achievement that underscores the resilience of national health systems and international cooperation. The DRC previously declared an end to an Ebola outbreak in September 2022. For Africa, this highlights both the progress made in epidemic management and the critical importance of strong health systems, regional collaboration and timely interventions to prevent and control deadly infectious diseases that pose broader regional and global threats. Ethiopia's Finance Minister Ahmed Shide called for a fairer global financial system to better support African nations dealing with debt and climate crises. Speaking at the V20 Ministerial Dialogue in Washington, D.C., he highlighted how droughts and floods are straining public finances and hindering development across Africa. He urged for more concessional loans, climate grants, and innovative solutions like debt for climate swaps to help vulnerable countries build resilience without increasing debt. Highlighting Ethiopia's commitment to green growth, he pointed to the Green Legacy program, which has expanded renewable energy to 95% of the country's energy mix and efforts toward electric mobility. His meeting with Gavi CEO Dr. Senai Nishtar focused on strengthening Ethiopia's health infrastructure and vaccination programs, with Ethiopia recognized for immunization success and achieving WHO Maturity Level 3. These developments underscore the urgent need for equitable financial support and climate adaptation strategies across Africa, crucial for sustainable development, improved health, and resilience to climate shocks. Finally, the World Bank Group announced plans to double its annual agribusiness investments to $9 billion by 2030, with an additional $5 billion aimed at supporting smallholder farmers and job creation across Africa. Unveiled at the Agri-Connect event during the 2025 World Bank-IMF annual meetings, the initiative seeks to strengthen agricultural value chains continent-wide. It aims to modernize farming practices, increase productivity, and create sustainable opportunities for small-scale farmers. World Bank President Ajay Banga highlighted Africa's potential, noting that with 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land, the continent could become a major global food hub. The program emphasizes reforms in land tenure, irrigation, and rural infrastructure, alongside improving smallholder farmers' access to finance, technology, and training. Since smallholders produce about 80% of the world's food but often remain in subsistence farming, this initiative aims to help African farmers scale up, access markets, and secure fair incomes, crucial steps toward food security and economic growth across the continent. Now let's check the current weather forecast. That's all from POA News. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for more updates from Africa.